Hey guys, Xe here. I have to record this again because I recorded it once with my mic off. Feels bad. But anyway, this is a Ayyubid build idea where you go Master Smiths in Feudal and you make a few horsemen to harass your opponent, and then you decide what kind of game plan going forward from that point. So let's just get right into it. I'll play this on 2x. So it's basically a normal build. I'm doing a slight modification where I only put 4 on berries because I don't want to walk them back and forth from food to wood. But if you want to just play it normally and put 7 on berries and then 3 on gold, it's totally fine. I don't think it really matters. But I like to do small optimizations like this. So you do the normal 7 on food, 3 on wood, 3 on gold, sorry. Your third gold villager builds House of Wisdom. Very typical. Nothing really crazy so far. Once you can age up, go up with Master Smiths. As I said. I like to start putting workers on wood immediately after I have 8 on food, but you can just keep going on food until you have enough for age up. Doesn't really matter. But I think this works out fine. Okay, so we're going up with Master Smiths. Immediately pull the sheep workers off and 1 wood. Get your lumber camp going here. You could chop the straggler trees too, but I don't see a reason to just get the lumber camp. You're gonna need it anyway. Go up to 8 on wood. Build a house. And then as we hit feudal here, you can build a stable and a blacksmith basically immediately. Once you've got 8 on wood, of course, start rallying back to your berries here so that you have food for horsemen. Yeah. Alright. I left 3 on gold because I like to get econ upgrades. You should get them in the order of wheelbarrow, and then double broadaxe, and then horticulture. You could get horticulture next, but it won't be, like, wheelbarrow won't be done. Right, like I can basically research it now, but it won't be done, so there's no point. I would just get this first. So stable and blacksmith immediately. When you have the wood, build up the additional houses so that you have, you need 2 more to get Golden Age 1. Very important you get this in. Golden Age 1 is a huge upgrade. It's basically an econ bonus for everything, and you're already getting your econ bonuses, so you're going up to 20%. Boom. Okay, so from here you want to make 5 horsemen. 5-ish. 5 is a good breakpoint because with Master Smiths they do 10 damage, and that's enough to one-shot a worker. Pretty cool. And then here I'm just rallying to food. Moving on to my next berries and whatnot. And I'm leaving the 8 on wood here. Now, okay, so there we go. I've got enough to move out, so let me just pause here quickly. So from this point, if you want to go castle, you start rallying to gold, obviously. I would leave the 8 on wood, because they're useful here. You need more production buildings, and especially in castle, you're going to need a lot of production monasteries to put relics in and whatnot. Also, I like to just make towers, you know. If I'm harassing, I don't want to have to worry about being counter-harassed, to be honest. I'd like to be able to focus on my harass and, like, actually get kills. And I mean, I'm no pro player, so I don't have the APM to really handle being harassed at home while harassing. So I think it's just a good call to just make towers. I mean, you're going to be sitting on this gold for a very long time. So why not just make 2 towers and leave about 10 workers on it, right? Similarly, when you move out to, you know, outside food, whether that's a deer or the next berries or whatever, I mean, just why not just make a couple towers, right? I think it's fine. Anyway, so you can do this. I mean, obviously from this point, if you scouted your opponent, you saw that they're going full feudal or something, or you felt like you needed more units, then obviously you can put down a barracks for spears or archers most likely. And then if you're going archers, then obviously you wouldn't add them to gold, you would put them on wood and whatnot. But I mean, that's an adjustment you can make from this point, right? But yeah, I mean, in this case, I just decided to go castle, because I think that's pretty standard, right? Kind of harass and see what your opponent's up to. Be annoying while going castle. Master Smiths is really nice for this kind of harass because they have one extra ranged armor, obviously. So you can dive TCs a little bit easier. It's unlikely that they'll have +1 ranged attack up, most likely, depending on the civ, right? So I lost one, so I replenished, but I mean, it's whatever, right? The AI already has textiles on its workers, so it's not a one-shot, so it doesn't really matter. But, anyway, so from this point I'm going up to 10 on gold. And we can click the age up just past 9 minutes. And I'm just trying to be active at the same time while we do this. And keep the initiative. Boom, and then I almost always go well cultural logistics. I just think it's the best here. Obviously you could go growth, right? But I just think logistics is good. I've seen, I saw Killer Pigeon casted a Louis game against, I think it was against Demu, where he was playing Louis was playing Ayyubid versus Lancaster, I believe. And he went advancement to get to castle sooner to be able to hold the feudal push from Lancaster, and that's an idea for sure. But I think most of the time you can just go dervishes and it's fine. They're kind of starting to move out on food and whatnot. And then from here, it's really up to you what you want to do. I think the best style is to go Cav Archer, Camel Lancer, or horsemen and archer. And if that's the case, then, you know, as you go up to castle, you should be rallying onto wood here, because you're going to need a lot of wood. And then take relics, take sacred sites, and then once you feel safe, start pushing out. And Ayyubid is very good at death pushing, where you stay clumped with your army and you start making mansions, and you make it very difficult for your opponent to attack into you, and you can start sieging them. I think that's probably the strongest Ayyubid style at the top, at the current time. And I think it works against most civs. But yeah, from this point, you know, just try to keep your production buildings pumping. I went up to 3 stables and 3 archery ranges, but with Master Smiths, you already get military academies. Like, I can't even support this many, but I mean, it's better to have too many, too few, right? Because when you flood resources, you can easily spend it down. I think 3-3 is about right. I like to go heavier on the ranged units, because then when I build a mansion, they build faster. And just because, I mean, Sultan's Mamluks is very nice for Ayyubids to buff their infantry when they get kills. Yeah, so from here I'm just taking the relics and I'm trying to retake the sacred sites, decap them, take them. And then obviously I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna park here with my entire army, and I'm just gonna make mansions and I'm just gonna siege the space, right? Like, that is probably the normal game plan. In most cases. On closer maps, I think that's even stronger. You could even bring some workers and build towers, or maybe even build like a corral around your army so that you can't lose your mansioniques. Kind of like how English might build outposts forward for the aura, and also just to protect the siege from being pinched by calves and whatnot, right? I think that's because this is the kind of push where you can just straight up win off of it, and you can actually landmark victory. And if you don't landmark victory, I mean, they have to attack into you. And I don't really think most civs have a good answer to attacking into you know, 5+ manganiques from Ayyubid. It's definitely OP. So yeah, so start making manganiques and then kind of, you know, start sieging, being annoying, whatnot. Yeah, but I mean, from this point, your econ is just very solid. With excess wood, you can start adding in farms, of course, as needed. You know, just try to keep your production up. Get your upgrades if you're floating gold, whatnot. Standard stuff. Now, obviously, from here, you don't have to do this. If you prefer to play more defensive, you could probably mine some stone and start putting keeps on sacred sites, especially depending on the map. Maybe you're playing in Light Horizon, just do that instead. But I think this is just a very standard way that works against the vast majority of Sims. I think playing to Ayyubid's strength is probably a smart thing to do here. Right, this is very, very difficult to attack into. You have a lot of healing, so short trades are terrible for your opponent. They actually have to get decisive damage, so just heal it off. And I mean, how do you actually fight into this? Yeah, it's tough. They probably have to go mangonels themselves, which is tough. And if you see them making mangonels, then stop making range units and start making more horsemen or something like that, so that you have a way to threaten them and they'll also kill them. But yeah, I mean, it's just an idea. I think this playstyle is probably pretty solid into those saves. And yeah, I think it's one idea of how to get through. Of course, you can do a lot of different things. You can just fast castle, normal style. Maybe open with Growth Wing, but I think Master Smiths has a lot of potential. I think it's really good against civs that might want to fight you in Feudal because you get all your blacksmith upgrades, and it means that you can take favorable fights. And I think while Dervish Wing in Feudal is a cool idea, I think the problem is that it's a little bit loud. I think the problem with that is that you have to have good micro, and if you lose the dervishes, then you don't have anything. It's like you aged up with nothing. So if you are confident that you can keep the dervishes alive, then it's great. And then you can play kind of Desert Raider harass style. But I think that style is very difficult to pull off, really at any level. So you know, I just think that this is easier, and I think it's more stable. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully that's some food for thought. And if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. Peace.